Let's paint a cute pumpkin, a cat in a pumpkin. So first of all, we want to draw a pumpkin, kind of halfway if you have a small space. This is not very big, just so it can fit. I'm going to do my first. I never know really what you call this. The wedge. I'm going to do another one. And I'm going to do another one. Maybe to bulk him out, I'm going to add more. So 5 altogether seems fine. We don't really need the top, so you can actually go ahead and maybe erase a little bit there. And then we want to draw a cutesy cat. So I'm going to just kind of let it in like that. And then I'm going to go up. I'm going to make cute little ears. And for me, it's always kind of fun to do like cutesy super size eyes. And then I will make a little triangle. Okay, so let me clean up some of my lines. And then I'm also going to do a little rainbow kind of here. And then kind of let it end in a smiley face. So it's kind of like a circle, but not really. And then we can decide when we paint it. Where we want to do the eyes. Maybe it's looking up like that. That's cute. And then we will make a bit of a shadow, maybe some grass, but we can just paint that in. Okay, so there is a cute little cat inside the pumpkin. So when you start painting the pumpkin, I always like to go to my palette like this with the yellow first. My yellow is never clean. And I'm going to start from the far side out, adding maybe, and I have always this puddle where I mix over here with reddish, yellow, orange. And I have my yellow layer down and I'm going to come in and just drop in. So it's kind of wet. So you can get that drop effect. The watercolor kind of effect. Make it a little darker. I also like to add a tiny bit of purple, and I'm just going to mix it here at the top with some orange. And it gives a really nice shadowy color that I can drop kind of here. I like to do this when it's slightly wet, so it can kind of blend in a little bit. Clean my brush, touch my towel, come to the other side. So even though we paint a little bit wet, we don't want to make it so wet that it's very difficult to dry. I paint orange, yellow. Then I'm going to do my orangey yellow mixture right there. And I'm going to start dropping it in. It can start to flow. Like that. Use my orange purple mixture and drop it from the bottom. Clean your brush, touch your towel. Don't have too much water on your brush. And come to this side. I sometimes touch my towel when I start painting and I feel the bubble is too big. I can start adding a little bit of orange. So I want to leave a little tiny kind of a light section where the light I know will hit. And so I'm not going to paint all the way I'm going to kind of leave a little open space. But I do want to go all the way to the edge over here so you can see the different sections. I'm touching orange with my purple. Try not to make your pumpkin bigger when you do this. Sometimes it happens. Tap, tap, tap. See how it dries. Do the same thing on the other side. Yellow. Touch a little una red. I always mix my orange with some of my yellow, so it's not just bright. It seems very bright. I need to make it small. Be careful not to let them float too much into each other, but I just touched that and so it is flowy. And it's okay. I'm gonna try to paint section by section so it dries, but the flowiness is also really pretty. So we don't really need to lose all of it. I kind of still want to stay slightly light-ish kind of here. So go purple, orange, kind of at the bottom. Maybe you want to touch a little over here where his chin is. And clean your brush, touch your towel, and maybe just do a few little tap, tap, taps. Oh, drop of water, don't do that. I just want to make sure that all my spaces are folding. So I'm just going to go around and see. And this is kind of your, you kind of want to see the different ones. You can always come back and do another layer if it felt to you that it dried too light. I might like this. So, well, let's see. Let's finish all of it. Okay, so now you can decide what color cat you want to do. I'm going to go for the blackish blue cat. So I'm going to make his ears. I'm going to leave like a little edge open. Not a lot. Like if you can, you see my lines kind of right there. I'm going to leave a little bit open. Make it a bit more black. I have a nice blue black that I already mixed my pan palette where I'm going to. So, but black is right over here. And I'm mixing and I'm painting. Going around. Almost looks like an owl. And then I'm going to paint my feet. Be careful if your pumpkin is wet. You shouldn't paint your feet. I'm going to leave a very tiny amount of white at the top for. And I'm also painting between his eyes a little bit. Then it kind of looks a little bit weird, I know, but I'm going to make a nice big puddle of black. So see how interesting it was drying. I don't know if you can see really. So now I want to come back with just water and a lot of black. And I kind of want to just tap, tap, tap. So it kind of sits on my painting, drying, interesting. So sometimes you get it done the first time. Sometimes you, because especially with black, that's not really so solid. You may have to come and do it just again. What I also want to do is I want to make him a little floofsy looking. So I'm going to come and do uneven little lines. While that is drying, I'm going to be my brush really good and I'm going to start painting some of the green. I think he will be sitting on some corners. I'm going to make it really dark by adding red to my green. I can make it kind of a dark weird green. So it's more fitting for my Halloween kind of scene. And I'm going to just paint. Make sure you go close to your pumpkin. It can also look like a shadow. Yeah. And then I'm gonna, hopefully your pumpkin is dry and you don't want to do anything on it. I'm just gonna flick a few of these grasses into my pumpkin. Oh, I like it there. So this green is kind of really cool. Nice and dark. Okay, let me check my pumpkin, my cat. It's a little wet, so I'm just gonna quickly do my heat gun. I apologize for the noise. And I'm going to switch to a smaller brush for this. Adding pink. But just like a little bit. Adding a little tiny pink nose, which I may make it a dirty pink, adding a bit of black. Getting some green. Do not make your brush so wet. When the spaces are small like this, you definitely have to control your water a lot, because if it's too wet, it's just hard to paint. I'm adding a few spots of yellow in that green, and I'm gonna just let it dry like that. And then I'm gonna make a nice puddle of black. I'm gonna do this here. Tiny little nails. And we just fold. Oh, that is so cute. And then I'm gonna do whiskers. And then instead of coloring in, let me see if I can guys. Now this whisker is not the same as that whisker. So try to make them kind of the same. He's very bushy. It's getting bigger and bigger. And I'm still gonna leave a tiny little sparkle. So don't cover your eyes completely. So I have a large, medium, and a small circle, and the small will be your white of your paper. And then over here, I'm gonna make okay. Lining up. And in the background, gonna make almost kind of looks like a heart, but not quite. And then I'm gonna make a rainbow shape. And then 1, 2, 3 rainbows inside and fill them in. You can also do this with a pen. I think I'm gonna give them a little friend. They are flying together. Control the water in your brush a lot. If it's too wet, it's just very hard to paint. And I think I'm gonna splatter. And there's a little cat tutorial. Cat in a pumpkin with bats and a spider.